Well, hello everyone. Oh yeah, the camera's over here. By the way, the camera's there.
Hello everyone.
It's up here.
Hello.
Okay. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition, or maybe the first edition of Lawn Talk. So we're in the lawn, and we're talking. So, first thing we're going to do today, we're going to do some work. We had a couple of calls from these guys, the Brickman group, and what they want us to do is go take a look at these Macy's department stores, and they've got a whole bunch of things that they want estimates on, so for a couple of their stores, and we're going to go do that today. And what else do we have to do this morning?
We have 3 sod jobs that we need to go check on to see what kind of prep work they need, so we can allot ourselves enough time to get the sod ordered, which is probably going to be another 6 to 7 days.
Right. So this will be early in the morning, and we're off. Okay, guys. So I'm here on the first lawn, just taking a look at it. We're going to get this all resodded up in through here, so I'm just having a look at it. It looks like it needs to be hit with some spray. It was already hit once, but we come back to check it just to make sure, see how it's getting to be for sodding, and see if it's ready. And I can see some areas here where it's not ready and some work needs to be done out here, so this kind of needs to be resprayed. You can kind of see the mark where we started. So I'm going to place a call, get this thing resprayed. And I think it was shot about a week ago, and with Roundup to knock it out, but it clearly needs more. Needs another shot. You know, it could have been too breezy of a day, or could have had some rain shortly afterwards or something where it didn't take complete control, but some sections look good, others not so much. Well, hello.
Hello, George.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to utilize our time. Pretty much a normal thing here lately, going through every week. Hold on, answering phone. Hi, this is Ron with Family Lawn and Landscape. How you doing? Good. Yes, I see you got back to us on an ad that we had on Craigslist. Yep. Have you had any experience at all? Mm-hmm. Well, either way, it's just the work ethic. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, can you make it up for an interview at 6 o'clock this evening? Sure. Okay. Very good. Thank you for your response. Yeah. Bye.
How'd that work out?
Well, we have another one to come in for an interview, which it's a low percentage of the ones that do show up and the ones that don't. But this is really getting to be a norm. This is another big hurdle you have to cross. Just when you expand so much, it's like employees, it's just like a revolving door on a weekly basis. The ones that you do find that are good, you really need to take care of them. That's a big plus.
Yeah.
The other ones, they all want to work, but there again, once they get that first or second paycheck and it starts getting hot and they realize they might have to sweat a little bit, and you know, they're not getting their lunch at exactly noon.
They're not able to talk on their cell phone 17 times a day.
Talking on their cell phone, sending text messages to their girlfriend that they don't even know they have yet. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, well, I'll let you back to your work there, Ron. I see you got...
Oh, yes, we always carry a list. We go through this at least once a week.
Right, and it's done just to keep... You know you're going to lose guys.
Yes.
So you just constantly want to keep replenishing it.
Yep.
You know, it's just like keep filling your truck up with gas. We just keep looking for employees.
Yep. Although it is easier to put gas in a truck.
Although it is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's get moving, huh?
Okay. Well, hello, everybody.
Well, hello, everybody. George and Ron with Family Lawn and Landscape. Now, we finally made it to Macy's. So now what we're going to do, this is what they sent us to bid off of. So what we're going to do now, this is just one of the Macy's stores, but they want everything done. They want the tree trimming done, they want the shrubs done, mulching, fertilizing, and of course lawn maintenance. So we're going to go measure all that stuff up right now, and we'll show you how we did the commercial work. Alright guys, I'm going to show you on this one bed what we do, and then I'm going to go through this and I'm going to measure for the mulch right off the bat. I'll just show you how I do that, and then I'll do this. It has many beds on the property, so I'm just going to show you on the one what I do. So the first thing I do is get a measurement, approximately how wide this thing is. So then, the next thing you look at, this bed here, I'm just going to do the same thing, but Ron, if you can kind of show them the shrubs and how they're set up in here. Now these people want everything, so they want you to make sure it's weeded, make sure you spray for weeds, keep all of that stuff down. So you got to look at a lot of things. The first thing, when I made a project like this one has not been maintained well, so there's barely any mulch in there whatsoever, and I'm sure that's why they lost the contract, whoever had it. But there's a lot of cleanup work that has to be done. So the initial cost is going to be more expensive than what the general maintenance is going to be. Maintenance will be less money once we get it all up to par, all up to 100%. So right now, I'm going to measure the rest of these.
Well, hello everybody. Okay, on this amazing project, we got all the square footage all measured up for the mulch. Now we're going to go through and look at all the properties in certain sections and take a look at all the trimming and the hedging that needs to be done. Like for an example, like this area, all the way down to the entrance part. Now normally we charge $45 an hour per man for labor on jobs like this here, so it's going to take two guys. We're going to be here 30 minutes, so to do this little section, it's going to cost Macy's $45 to do. Well, hello. Okay, we've went around the whole property and figured out a price on all of the trimming that needs to be done. Now is what we do, because there's so many flower beds here and hedge beds that now we go around and we look at to see how much it's going to cost to spray. Like this area through here, all the way up around by the edge of the sidewalk.
Between the spray and the fertilizer.
Between the spray and the fertilizer.
Yeah, so things like that. I mean, put all the weeds back in there. Okay, and moving on.
And for this area, you're going to use at least $5 worth of product, and you got to give yourself $5 to spray it. Naturally, it's only $10, but we have like 7 other areas like this to do, so by the time we get around to the other side of the property, it's going to be a lot more than that.
I know you do. I said no. Which is where you have it.
Oh! Okay, are we Billy?
We are. We have been for a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, we walked around the building. We looked at the shrubs. One more thing we're going to do now again is we're going to go around and look at the palm trees. All the palm trees, we charge $25 a pop to go in there and get the bad stuff out and all the berries and the bad fronds and things like that. So We're going to drive around, get a count on those. And the other thing you guys should remember when you're doing this is like the garbage and all, you're going to pick garbage every time you come here. So you've got to keep that in mind. Don't think just because, okay, it's there's not a lot of grass, not a ton of grass. Things you have to look at is if they're on the islands, can you even get a mower up on those islands? If you can, I mean, a lot of times you can bring blocking along with you, put it in the truck so you can just kind of jump the curb and get up on those, and that'll save you a lot of hand trim time. Otherwise, some guys bid it like, oh man, I got to hand trim all that because I can't get the mower on there because the curb is so high. But if you just bring these, 4x4 blocking along, or 8x8 or 6x6s, whatever you need, and just set them up there, you can drive your mowers right up on top of that and then whip them out and then just move your blocks down. So it saves time in the long run, I guess. The other thing, well, we talked about the spray, what you have to do with that. The other thing you got to remember, all the debris. So every time, now they've got, Christ, 700 shrubs here that have to be done, So, of course, I'm exaggerating, but I mean, there's a lot of shrubs. So you got to do something with that debris all the time. So what are we going to do, Ron, about that?
Well, the first thing is, before we put a bid in, we got to find out if they have a place where we can put the debris, or if we have to haul it off. That's one thing that's getting to be kind of a pain in the ass, is hauling the debris away. If we have to haul it away, I mean, we don't even haul it away ourselves, we get a dumpster. And that's, we start at $300 just for getting the dumpster there so we can throw the debris away, because otherwise it's not worth our while because nobody wants to pay for it.
Right, and when he talks about getting the dumpster, that's like for the initial cleanup, because there's so much out of whack here that you've got a ton of debris, and you don't want to be hauling that stuff to the dump and going through all that. I mean, you'll do it, but they got to pay you for it, so make sure it's in your bid, is all we're saying. All right, should we take a drive around and have a look at the trees? Okay, guys, so we went out and we looked at the Macy's properties, and now we're back home in the office here, and we're looking at how we want to bid this. So one thing that I want to tell you about it, that I didn't talk about out in the field, I kind of forgot about it, but look at the amount of edging that you have to do, because whenever they have a lot of sidewalks and a lot of curbs, down in Florida here, you got to do a lot of edging with that kind of stuff. So always pay attention to that, and you also have to blow off the lot. So anywhere where you are cutting that grass or doing your trimmings, and if it falls into the lot or the sidewalks, you got to be blowing all that off too, and that takes time too. So, right, Ron?
That's exactly right, and that's why you don't want to lowball your price. If nothing else, it's just like buying a car. Once you bought it, it's too late to go in and want another $500 off of it. So, and then
yeah, and when you have that, just remember, I've talked about that before too, with every time you go in there and you try to get these big properties, and I used to get so excited about them, and I would try, just because they gave me a shot at bidding them. You got to remember, I mean, there's a lot of guys bidding these properties. You're not the only guy that's bidding them. So I bid them to make money, and either we make a certain amount of money or we don't get it. So I'm not going to lose any sleep if I don't get this property. We certainly want to get it, but there again, I'm not going to lose any sleep if we don't get it, right?
right.
So, okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to email it over to them, and hopefully we'll get a response back from them shortly. And if we don't, I'll give a follow-up call like in a week or so. And if you don't hear anything within 2-3 weeks, chances are you probably didn't get the thing. And of course, they're never going to let you know about it. The only thing you're going to know is if you didn't get it, because they didn't call you. So, or if they happen to call you. But either way, that's how we bid our commercial properties, and hopefully that'll help you guys out. And what else, Ron? Is there anything else that we pretty much covered?
Pretty much covered it.
Okay, so that's how you bid commercial properties.